日本時間3月24日、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースはエンゼルスとの交流戦、フリーウェイシリーズ、第2戦を行い、シーズン開幕へ向け最終調整を進めている。情報提供、スポーツネット LA。試合は惜しくもサヨナラ負けとなったが、先発のタイラー、グラスノーが5イニング9奪三振と圧巻の投球を披露。試合後、デーブ、ロバーツ監督はチーム状態について取材陣に語った。その中で注目されたのが、次戦に出場予定の大谷翔平についてのコメントだ。ロバーツ監督は、翔平は次の試合に3打席ほど立つ予定だが、最終的には本人の体調次第になる。と明かした。大谷自身が打席数を判断するという柔軟な対応を示し、いよいよ開幕戦が目前に迫る中、大谷のコンディション管理に万全を期す考えを強調した。また、この日はテオスカー、ヘルナンデスも好調な打撃を見せ、チームの士気は高まっている。果たして大谷は開幕前最後の試合でどんなパフォーマンスを見せるのか。ロバーツ監督らのインタビューの詳細は、この後の日本語字幕付き映像でお楽しみください。
Welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers. I'm John Hartung alongside Jerry Harrison Jr., D-Train, Dontrell Willis. Dodgers walked off at the Big A in the middle game of this freeway series, but Tyler Glasnow really strong in his final tune-up of the spring before getting the ball next Monday against the Braves. 5 strong innings. He had 9 strikeouts in this game, and a great night for Teoscar Hernandez with the bat, Jerry.
Yeah, that was the most important thing. Tyler Glasnow getting his work in. He looked sharp. I love the dominating fastball, outstanding breaking ball as well. And Teoscar Hernandez looks ready to start or restart the season.
I mean, Tyler Glasnow was efficient. That was the one thing I love to see about him on this start today, especially the tune-up going up against a tough Braves lineup. But the bottom line is the breaking ball was unhittable. If he throws that breaking ball against the Atlanta Braves in a couple days, they're going to have the same result. I mean, the 12-6, it was outstanding. And when he pairs with that velocity, that fastball at 100 miles an hour, he's a very difficult cover.
And the best news, everybody is healthy, and we are now 1 game closer to opening day at the Ravine on Thursday. Right now, let's head back to Anaheim. Dave Roberts is standing by with Kirsten Watson.
How encouraging was that from Tyler to see tonight?
Really good. You know, he was in rhythm all night long. I thought he and Austin did a great job together all night. Delivery was consistent. The curveball was really good. The fastball commanded. He just was in sync, and that was just really good to see. So, you know, the final tune-up to get ready for the season, really encouraging.
He talked about, you know, being in that mental state, not thinking about his body movements every pitch. Like when he's there, can you tell from the dugout too when he's just kind of in a better rhythm with his mechanics and how he's throwing the ball?
Absolutely. I thought tonight there was a lot of clarity, conviction in every single throw that he made, and he probably made, you know, 75 throws, and they were all convicted from my eyes, and it just kind of lets his talent kind of come forth, and he just wasn't really overthinking things. And again, he and Austin were synced up tonight.
How good was it to see Freddie go back to back?
It was good. It was good. You know, he's certainly not pleased with where his swing is at, but just kind of physically for him to be able to post 2 nights in a row. He'll take 3 at-bats tomorrow, and he'll be ready to go for the home opener.
How about the Shohei, tomorrow's schedule?
Yeah, Shohei tomorrow, he'll take 2 or 3 at-bats. I think right now he just kind of wanted to get in there, get in the batter's box a couple times, and then get out. So tomorrow I kind of defer to him, and if he feels that 2 at-bats is good enough, then great. And if he wants to take a 3rd, then he can do that too.
Do you go Yamamoto, Sasaki, Friday, Saturday?
Yeah, it'll be Yamamoto, then Sasaki, and then Tyler will pitch that first game.
They had a workout in Dodger Stadium, so Yoshinobu and Sasaki.
What's that?
Sasaki and Yoshinobu had a
had a workout. They had a workout today. They were at Dodger Stadium today, and they each threw 2 bullpens. And from what I heard, they were both very productive, and they got good work in today.
Dave, sorry if you've been asked this already, but are you seeing what you want to see out of these guys for the last couple exhibition games here?
Yeah. I think, you know, already playing 2 regular season games, and then, you know, getting back here to the States and getting guys kind of reacclimated, trying to get them refocused. I think they're doing a good job. I think they're taking good at-bats. They're interested in these games, and they'll be ready to go on Thursday. And you know, right now it's just kind of getting the pitching lined up again, which we're doing. And having a good start from Tyler was a good start tonight. Expect the same thing from Dustin tomorrow. And then, yeah, tomorrow some of the guys will go a little bit shorter on the position player side. But I feel really good about where we're at.
All right, so talking about Tyler Glass now, Jerry, he has to be really encouraged. Everybody has to be really encouraged with the way he threw the baseball tonight in this game, going 5 innings. He gave up the 1 solo home run, only 2 hits, but he had a lot of swing and miss stuff all night long.
And D-Train kind of touched on it earlier. Anytime you're throwing 100 miles an hour to go on with that devastating 12-6 breaking ball, it is tough to square up if you're a big league hitter. He's 6'12" on the mound. That is nasty to see out of the hand. Again, he's a guy... The fastball gets on you. He's dotting that fastball at the knees, belt high away from you as well, running away to go along with that 12-6 hammer. He is one of the best pitchers when he's on in the world, and he was on tonight. It's a great sign because he didn't throw a whole lot of innings this spring. Right. That was by design because we want to make sure he is fresh for the whole season.
You know, we talked about it in the pregame show. The ability, especially when you're building up, to be able to get up and down. It's not just about pitch count. It's about being able to simulate a regular season start. So it was very important for him. Basically, he threw 6 innings in spring training, the whole spring training. He goes 5 today. So I was very encouraged about seeing his strength, seeing the command, being able to cool off, reheat, and still have that velocity and that command the second time through the lineup. And so as long as he's efficient and as long as he's able to go downhill, Kirsten talked about that. He made some mechanical changes, and that's tricky for a guy that, as Jerry said, that's 6'11" on the mound. So he's able to be efficient and be strong. And if you're strong with your core and your ability to repeat your delivery, it's going to keep you healthy more often than not. And so I want to see him be able to continue to stay healthy, not only the first half, but go deep into the second half and be healthy in the postseason.
And obviously, spring training is not about results per se, Dontrell, but when you do make mechanical changes like he did, and to be able to see some results like this, it has to be very encouraging.
Absolutely, because you never saw him go deep into counts where you felt like the bat was getting away from him. He might have pulled a slider or bounced a breaking ball, but more often than not, then that next pitch was going to be right where he wanted to. And that's somebody that's telling me that he's commanding the zone and he's feeling good at how the baseball's coming out of his hand.
All right, let's head back to the booth at Angel Stadium. Check in one final time with Steven Nelson and Eric Karros.
Well, I guess the great thing about that game, Mike, it doesn't count. But the Dodgers fall in walk-off fashion. The Angels come back and win it in the ninth.
Really, though, some great things tonight for the Dodgers. It's specifically, you just go to the man on the mound, Tyler Glass. Now, absolutely elite. Yeah. The off-speed stuff, the ability to attack the zone. Curveball was probably the best I've seen since he's worn the Dodger uniform. And just to have him build off that start he had in Tokyo against the Tigers, I shouldn't say start, but that game he had against the Tigers, and then this evening, I can't wait to see him Monday night against the Braves.
And then selfishly for us, the best thing from tonight was having Dino mic'd up. So many gems.
I honestly believe like one of the best games of the year, you know, outside of Dodger playoff baseball, for me is this mic'd up game with Dino Ebel. You can learn a ton of. I learned stuff tonight, you know, and I think I know everything, right? And there are things that every time we have an opportunity to talk baseball with Dino, he makes me more enlightened.
So tomorrow, the last exhibition before the regular season resumes. The Dodgers will have Dustin May to start. We look forward to watching him and hope you join us.
Carl's Jr. moment of the game. D-Train, it's Teoscar Hernandez, last year's home run derby champ, doing damage.
Well, you're just seeing the athletic ability, especially the pitch recognition in the box. He's hunting the fastball and recognizes mid-flight that it's a slider, head down through the baseball, elongates the swing to be able to cause that launch angle. It is truly, truly fun to watch.
Couple hits, couple RBIs for Teoscar Hernandez. Let's hear from Teo right now with Kirsten and the media.
Just with the at-bats you've been having as of late, we saw the power tonight. Just how are you feeling, just considering now the regular season's going to pick back up again in 2 days?
Good. You know, for me, most important is to have good at-bats, good contacts. Today it was good. I get some good swings out of at-bats that I get, and you're just trying to feel ready, feel good for the season.
How do you just approach these 3 games? Is it for you, whether it's just kind of getting back into routine? Obviously, open with 2 games in Tokyo. Is it about focusing on certain things with your swing that maybe you felt while you were in Tokyo that gives you kind of a way to step back really quick? Or how do you just approach these 3 Freeway Series games?
Just trying to treat it like it's the start of the season. Just to get the focus back on, to get the work back on, the routine back on, and just trying to visualize everything that you're gonna face throughout the year, like starting the pictures and like getting into the routine as the season starts.
How's the jet lag been?
It's been great. It was only the first night when we get here. That was the only night that I get trouble going to sleep. But after that, try to stay up as much as I can and just back to normal.
What do you think of the new clubhouse yesterday?
Oh, it's great. It's great. You know, it looks like a big league clubhouse right now. They do a pretty good job of the renovation and putting everything together.
Okay, so it doesn't officially count on the back of the man's baseball card, Jerry, but that was a nice swing from Teoscar Hernandez tonight. What'd you see?
It doesn't officially count, but boy, does it feel good to go big fly at the big game. We're going to break down Teoscar Hernandez. We know he had a big season last year. He is clutch. Walk-off winner a couple times at Dodger Stadium. Here at the Big A, gets a hanging slider, gets fooled a little bit, but able to have his hands back and really fire his hands and get extended 390 feet. He says hello first to our bullpen, but then also the Halos bullpen as well. Look at that extension, the concentration, exit velo 101.7, the ideal launch angle right there. You create launch angle by catching out front. He does just that, 34 degrees. Teoscar Hernandez, you can put him 3-hole, 4-hole, 5. It doesn't matter. You hang a slider, he will crush it.
He's a bad man, and he's fun to watch, and he looks comfortable in a Dodger uniform. And throughout his career, he's shown glimpses of greatness, but this is the best I've seen him since he's been in a Dodger uniform. And he's going to be a mainstay, and obviously he's an important piece. And like Jay Harris said, when it tough gets going, man, he's the toughest out there, man, for sure.
And that's saying something when you say this is the best he's looked in a Dodger uniform because he was so good for them in 2024. Still more to come. 9 strikeouts tonight for Tyler Glasnow. Coming up, we will hear from Glasnow plus D-Train. He's going to jump into the K-Zone to break down his outing. Coming up. We know the home opener is Thursday, but it's going to be quite the pregame party Friday night. Your World Series champions get their rings, and we will show it to you live right here on Sportsnet LA. Game time 7 p.m. against the Detroit Tigers. Pregame coverage begins at 5:30 as we bring you all of the on-field celebration and ceremonies. If you're at the game, be sure to stop by and say hello to us in the center field plaza. All right, Tyler Glasnow, a really good final tune-up for him before he starts next Monday against the Braves. Let's hear from Glasnow with Kirsten and the media.
Tyler, just for your final tune-up, obviously the stuff was in a really good spot tonight. Just how are you feeling, just knowing that your next start is going to be in the regular season now?
Good. I felt on time. Everything felt good. I felt like the spring has gone well. All the things I wanted to work on all felt pretty good, so I'm ready to go.
The guys in the booth are really calling attention to your curveball tonight. When you have that pitch where it's at and how it was feeling, is that just, I guess, a pointer to you that things are in a really, really good spot heading into the regular season? Or how do you just kind of assess going off of that pitch?
I think over the last couple of years, it's kind of gotten more slurvy, and I think I just changed the grip on it a little bit. I'm trying to just spike it to a little bit more to keep it more vertical, and the confidence with it's gone up a lot. So I feel like it's not like a new pitch, but it just feels easier for me to throw and keep it linear as opposed to ripping off the side of it. But yeah, everything right now is feeling timed up and good.
How crazy was the schedule, and how difficult was it? Arizona, Japan, back here for exhibition games. How tough has it been?
I mean, we had a little bit of that last year too, and I did the regular season game last year, so last year was probably harder. I think this year not having to pitch a regular season game just mentally was probably a little easier. It is pretty gnarly travel schedule though, like the 2 time changes, quick and everything like that. But there was a good amount of time after. I feel like a couple days off and then getting here, and I think everyone's kind of back to normal now. So it is what it is. We travel a lot.
After your first spring start, you kind of explained to us how you want to be more athletic and not as mechanical. Do you feel like you're starting to get more comfortable with that by this time?
Yeah, this spring especially, like the last couple, I've been feeling pretty good. I think just working on the stuff in practice and then kind of forgetting about it and trying to just go be athletic has been good for me this spring.
Do you feel like that's also going to help you just stay healthy and whatever plagued you the second half of last year, is that all connected?
I think so, yeah. I think anytime you can kind of repeat your mechanics and not have that like conscious thought where everything's changing each pitch, I think it'll put me in a much better place.
What is that zone kind of like when you are in that athletic state and aren't thinking about stuff in the game? Is it just like, all right, I'm going to throw this pitch and you're not kind of thinking about body movements or things like that?
Yeah, I'm more like external focus, I guess. It's like if I'm trying to bury a slider, I'm like, all right, I need to go bury a slider, as opposed to being like, how did that last one? I felt a little rotational, and like it's like I'm trying to align everything correctly. And I think if it doesn't line up well in practice, it kind of leaks into the game. And I think if I can get good reps and like think about what I need to do in practice and then get my body in a good spot, it's easier to not think about it. So it's not like it's every time it's going to happen. I think every starting pitcher has times where they have to kind of grind and figure it out on the mound. But yeah, I think it's just as long as I can have like an external focus on the zone as opposed to me thinking about all my body parts, it usually goes a lot better for me.
What do you think of the new clubhouse yesterday?
It's insane. It's humongous. It's really crazy. Yeah, everything is really nice. Everything. I don't even know what to say. It's like triple leveled. It's a huge difference.
That was like the same
I know.
space as a year ago.
It's crazy. And they did to all the workers too. I don't know how they did that so quick, but it was so much stuff, and like they did it in however many months that was. I didn't think it was going to get done, but we walked in and everything was like ready to go. It was awesome.
You know, you guys have had Mookie's trying to get back, but you guys have Rojas, you guys have Edman. I mean, you guys have some serious defenders. And we talked about the roster so deep, but to have shortstop that deep, how nice of it.
Yeah, I think just anytime you're a pitcher and you have like a defense like that and just a team like this, it's you kind of, defense is a pitcher's best friend, and I think just the confidence with everything rises, knowing that like offensively they got your back, defensively they got your back, everyone's just kind of in it together. So it's a great feeling.
All right, Train, you know a thing or two about pitching. You know a thing or two about whooper doopers. We saw a lot of good stuff tonight from Tyler Glasnow.
Let's go to the K-zone, because this is the best I've seen him as far as just commanding the baseball on both sides and commanding the slider with that fastball. Down, you live low, you live long. 97, that's unhittable right there. Also, the ability to elevate that and beat people at the top of the zone. Now, if you beat people at the top of the zone, you can throw that breaking ball off of it, and the hitter feels in between, and he cannot cover both. That's why you're seeing these awkward swings. The hitter almost looks like he's missing the ball by a yard because he's gearing up for the fastball, and the bottom's dropping out of the breaking ball. And I don't care what lineup you're facing. If you're executing breaking balls like that, no one's going to hit. He's living on the edges, and he's getting ahead, and he struck out 9 people with 73 pitches. I mean, it was truly phenomenal. And so this was a good tune-up for him, and he talked about it. He needed a confidence builder. He seems to be on the mound with confidence, and he's going up against a very tough lineup in the Atlanta Braves. So you couldn't ask for a better start from this guy, especially from Dave Roberts. And I think he's going to win a lot of matchups if he commands the baseball like that and stays healthy. I'm super excited for the year he's going to have.
I love watching big league hitters' reactions, especially to nasty stuff. And sometimes I'll be like, ooh, like,
right.
It's that nasty. And this is a good big league lineup. I know the Angels haven't won a whole lot of games, but any lineup with Mike Trout, one of the best players on the planet, for him to make that lineup look like that, he's got some nasty stuff.
大谷翔平、ロサンゼルス凱旋、伝説は新たな章へ、東京シリーズの熱狂を経て、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースは再びアメリカの地に戻った。大谷翔平を中心に日本とアメリカ、そして世界を巻き込んだ東京での歴史的激戦は記憶に新しい。その感動冷めやらぬまま、本拠地ドジャースタジアムでの開幕戦を目前に控え、調整試合としてエンゼルスとのフリーウェイシリーズが行われた。だが、今回の試合で大きく注目を浴びたのは、ドジャース先発の超豪腕、タイラー、グラスノーだった。グラスノーはこの試合、わずか5回の登板で9奪三振という圧倒的な投球を見せつけ、開幕直前の調整として完璧ともいえる内容だった。その武器は時速160キロを超える強し速球と、まるで落雷のような急激な落差を見せる伝家の宝刀。12時から6時へと縦に落ちる強烈なカーブである。エンゼルス打線を手玉に取り、圧巻の投球で存在感を強烈に示したのだった。指揮官でロバーツもグラスノーを称賛し、彼の投球はまさに理想的だった。投げるボールすべてに自信がみなぎっており、今シーズンの期待が一層高まった、と満足げな表情で語った。また、この日はフレリーマンの豪快な打撃も飛び出し、 ホーム開幕に向けてチームの勢いが確実に増していることを証明した。一方、大谷翔平は調整を兼ねて次の試合に数打席の未出場予定だという。さらに指揮官ロバーツは、日本人投手陣の今後の起用法にも言及。金曜日は山本由伸、土曜日には佐々木朗希を起用する、と明言した。両者はすでにドジャースタジアムで調整を開始しており、その仕上がりに首脳陣も太鼓判を押しているという。ここで注目すべきはやはり、我らが英雄、大谷翔平の存在である。東京シリーズでは圧倒的な打撃力とその人間離れしたスター性で世界の野球ファンを魅了したばかり。日本凱旋試合では異次元のパフォーマンスを見せ、生ける伝説としての地位を確固たるものにした。彼がグラウンドに姿を現すだけで、球場の空気が一変する。彼の打席が近づくと、観客の視線はすべて彼の一挙手一投足に集中し、息を飲んでその瞬間を見つめる。このように世界中を熱狂させる力を持つ大谷翔平こそが、現在の野球界を象徴する究極の存在なのだ。東京シリーズの公式ショップでも、大谷関連グッズが飛ぶように売れたことは記憶に新しい。その熱気はロサンゼルスに戻っても全く冷めることはなく、むしろ増幅しているとさえ言えるだろう。しかし、開幕目前にして心配な情報も飛び込んできた。ドジャースの主力選手、ムーキー・ベッツが原因不明の体調不良に見舞われ、急激な体重減少と嘔吐を繰り返しているという。ベッツ本人は、試合に出たいと必死に訴えるも、医療スタッフは原因究明に奔走している最中だ。主軸の一人であるベッツが欠場すれば、チームに与える影響は計り知れない。だが、だからこそ、このチームには大谷翔平が必要なのだ。彼が存在することで、どんな逆境も乗り越えられると信じさせてくれる。それが大谷翔平の特別な力なのである。考えてもみてほしい。大谷翔平がいることで、ベッツの空白さえ埋めてあまりある希望が生まれる。彼が放つ強烈なホームラン、時速160キロを超える火の玉ストレート、球場中を興奮の渦に巻き込むその姿は、まさに野球の申し子、そして神に選ばれた存在に他ならない。今シーズン、大谷翔平は新たな伝説を築こうとしている。メジャーリーグ最高峰の舞台であるドジャースタジアムで、彼がどのような歴史的な活躍を見せるのか、それは誰にも想像がつかないほどの規模で、壮大なドラマとなって我々を待ち受けているに違いない。世界の野球ファンよ、刮目せよ、大谷翔平という生ける伝説をこの目でリアルタイムに見ることができる幸運をかみしめよ。彼のプレー一つ一つが後世に語り継がれる伝説の1ページとなるのだ。そして大谷だけではない。山本由伸、佐々木朗希という新時代を担う2人の怪物投手もこのチームには揃っている。彼らの共演もまた決して見逃すことのできない野球界最高のスペクタクルである。野球ファンの皆さん、今季のドジャース戦から目を離してはならない。一球一球に歴史が刻まれるその瞬間を共に見届けようではないか。大谷翔平が作る新たな伝説の序章がまさに今始まろうとしているのだ。